Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah! We got it! We got it!
52 booklet.
Somebody clip this.
Welcome to the final episode of Justice League Rewatch, a sort of an epilogue. Final. Yes, exactly. Because as you guys know, this is the last time we're going to do Justice League. Next week, we're going to start Superman the Animated Series.
You know, Jared, since we're ending Justice League, I feel like going out with some really crappy retcons.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what this is. All right. So watching this episode, this is basically like, I guess it's trying to link like Batman Beyond to this.
Which it already was.
Yeah, it already was, because didn't we have like the time travel arc previous?
Twice.
Yeah. So I'm
twice
like,
went to the Beyondverse twice.
Yeah. So I'm like, why? And
never mentioned, not to mention the Static Shock episodes.
Yeah, well, Nick, here's the thing. We all know that Bruce Timm is known for crappy retcons. Remember the Jon Stewart? Yes, exactly. And the thing about this episode is I had wondered, why does everyone really hate this episode? Rewatching it, I'm like, well, first off, here's the problem. It's basically the Batman is awesome. He's the greatest superhero of all time episode. And I'm like, Superman there are other Justice Leaguers. Stop doing this with Batman.
There are some good things about this episode, and I'm just gonna go right out and say it. Like something like Project Batman Beyond is totally something Amanda Waller would do. Let's just be honest. It is completely like that is 100% something she would do.
Exactly.
Like that is 100% in character. The issue that I have is Bruce acts very out of character about Batman being responsible, because like this completely undoes, like, remember Return of the Joker, where he actually tried to release Terry from his obligation, or whatnot. Like Bruce acts extreme. Like, I get he's like 20 years older, but like Bruce is nothing but consistent in who he is.
This entire this version of Batman acted differently in the Return of the Joker movie, which is canon.
And what's most hilarious is when we get the flashback with the Aces. This is the very same episode. The very same episode. The stuff he does with Ace is 100% something Batman would do.
Yeah.
That is totally in line with Batman. This is the same episode.
Which is very strange. And the
same episode.
Let me say what parts I like.
Mm-hmm.
That scene specifically. I even used
beautiful.
it in my Kevin Conroy tribute, R.I.P., brother. And I liked all the modern day stuff, and I still like the Batman. I like the Batman Beyond world. That I really, really, really like.
Also, I do want to give credit. They fixed Dana. Like Dana in Batman Beyond is kind of a bit insufferable, but in here, I like her because she's loyal. Because like she already knows she already knows like Terry's secret, and she's already okay with it. Like she's basically. I hate to say this because I know what Jared's gonna say in response. She is married. She is like everything that Mary J. like the perfect like Mary J.
So you're saying she knows about his past sins and she's ready to go for one more day?
That is why like I didn't want to bring it up, but it's
you still did, dude. You still did.
Do you remember like when I did that reread of Sins Past?
I remember it very fondly.
Like, I actually complimented how Mary Jane was like there for him.
Mhm.
That's what I'm getting the vibes of. You know, so like the whole Terry, like, oh, I don't know if I should propose to her. Like, dude, she's already ride or die.
Yeah, she's with you. Like, if she survived for this, if she stayed with you for this long and stayed with you despite knowing that you're Batman, I'm pretty sure she's a keeper.
Like, they don't say how long she's known, but judging by how she's acts, this is not new to her. Like basically, she's gone through the shock, the acceptance, and she's already used to the life. Like, that's the thing. Like, she is like way beyond like all the typical stuff you see in the trilogies. This is like, I've already accepted this life, and I want to be like, dude, marry her.
Exactly. So there is that, and the other stuff. And again, it's like a lot of the action scenes are great. I like them. I like seeing the Beyond Justice League. And I like how when we see like actually, as a piece of trivia, those black and white portions, that's established, that's confirmed by Timm that it is that's not like a flashback or flash forward. That's in Terry's mind what he's imagining it's going to be like when he retires being Batman.
Yeah. Also, I really like how the Justice League Beyond is the one from the show.
Mm-hmm.
They're just older.
Yeah, I like that because again, this is taking place at least a few years after Batman Beyond. Because even Terry says I was like 16 when you started.
I think
training.
it's like more like 15 years afterwards because the dude is considerably like I think it's like at least like 10 to 15 years afterwards because both of them are considerably older.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The point is Terry's older, so time has passed, and I definitely dug that. So for a little bit of trivia, Terry McGinnis' outfit and hairstyle mirrors his predecessor's out of costume appearance in Justice League's episode Star-Crossed. Ace's appearance in this episode has a couple of redesigned details. Her boots are now gray instead of black, and her club-shaped hairpin is now on the left side of the head as opposed to the right. Okay. This
also,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, finish your stuff, and I'm going to do one of mine.
This episode marks the second time the Batman the Animated Series theme has been officially adapted for Terry McGinnis. The first one was Out of the Past.
I think that's the last time Bruce suited up as Batman in like the mecha bat suit, like basically the Hellbat armor. They did like a Batman, which oh my god, that was a great episode. But this also kind of makes like if you actually like put things into context. Notice you remember how his dog was called Ace?
Ace the Bat Hound.
Yeah, but also I think it's also in tribute to this girl.
That is interesting. I never thought about that. Oh, that's interesting. The place where Andrea Beaumont almost goes through the assassination of Warren and Mary McGinnis is in a parking garage. This is also a place where she successfully killed her first victim. Interestingly, Terry and Andrea share some similarities in regard to their respective fathers' murders. Both were not present at home when their fathers were killed, and both ran inside their houses and screamed in agony upon seeing their dead fathers. And in both cases, the killer was hired by someone whose fathers had ties with and who felt threatened or betrayed at their victims' actions or potential actions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually kind of cool. And we got a Mask of the Phantasm action there. And you notice, again, she doesn't go through with the killing. Because, I'm sorry, I find it very stupid where it's like, okay, in order for him to become Batman, we have to basically recreate the exact conditions of Batman.
Well, the problem that I have is Andrea would never accept the job to begin with. Like, he would have met, like this is why, like, characters are, like, they are so laser focused on doing the plot that they want. That is, like, Andrea, especially at that age, would have never accepted the contract to begin with.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's cool that they brought the Phantasm back. Like, it's cool, but Andrea would have never done it. But the thing is, like, making Terry his son, which also, that does mean his little brother is also Bruce's son. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it says it right here in the trivia. It's confirmed by Bruce Timm and Dwayne McDuffie. Man, Bruce Wayne just couldn't stop.
I'm sorry. This is like the most Bruce Timm bull crap way of doing it.
I will say it was funny.
The fact that like Terry's father is shooting Bruce's swim things.
By the way, it was kind of funny when Waller goes, collecting Bruce's DNA was easy. He left it all over town. Not what you're thinking. I like that one.
I mean,
that
he does bleed a lot, so I mean that's
no,
fair.
but she meant another way of leaving DNA places. So
yeah,
but I still like that. But yeah, that is BS. It confirms here that Bruce is also Matt McGinnis's biological father, and I'm like,
please tell me there's like some continuation of Batman Beyond where his little brother becomes a new version of Robin.
That would be hilarious. But this was my problem with the DCAU throughout it. To be clear, I still love it. It's a great adaptation. I just have some gripes with it. They took the whole Bruce Wayne's the billionaire playboy a little too extreme.
Like, I have no problem with how Bruce was depicted in Batman Beyond proper. I think it's great.
Absolutely.
You know, it kind of showed the ramifications of his life. Like, I actually like the idea that, like, being Bruce's partner is something you grow out of and then you move on with life. I actually kind of think that's, fairly realistic, and how Bruce kind of, like, his steady, like, the best to me, the best interaction with the Bat family is Bruce is so dedicated to a mission, it pushes everybody away. And him being alone is what would happen. And I think it's a great thing. And I think making him Bruce's son kind of ruins Terry's character to a degree, because I like the whole cosmic, he suffers a similar tragedy, they find each other. It kind of like, I like Terry being worthy in his own right. Like, one of my favorite episodes is when the AI takes over Terry's bat suit. God, I wish we would have done a rewatch, but Terry has this thing. It's like, I've always wondered, is it the suit or is it me? And so you have like that whole sequence where like he takes the bat belt, the Nightwing hat, and he defeats the bat suit on his own. And to me, that is the episode where he does prove he is worthy.
Yeah, exactly. Per Bruce Timm, the crux of the episode is that despite the shocking revelation and various Easter eggs, it's ultimately window dressing to provide an honest, happy ending for Batman. Okay?
Wait, so you basically ruin Terry's character. You put you spend like 90% of the episode on it, and it's window dressing?
Exactly. In regard to Terry, he changes the Batman paradigm in that his genetic relationship to Bruce doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, why do it? That's the thing. Terry chooses to be his own man, defying destiny by marrying the woman he loves while being Batman on his own terms. Timm further stated that at this point...
It was the entire point of Batman Beyond to begin with.
Yeah. Timm further stated at this point that Bruce has effectively retired from crime fighting and has taken on the role of Alfred Pennyworth to Terry's Batman. Yeah, that's true. But the problem is, if you're saying the whole retcon doesn't matter and it's all window dressing, why do it though?
I also I kind of take umbrage to the whole Alfred comic, because Alfred is like, especially in more modern depictions, like the best version of Alfred. He was the guy in the chair. So Bruce was like Alfred from day one, if you think about it. So I like, it's just more kind of BS. And the whole, honestly, Terry's whole character arc in Batman Beyond is being his own Batman. That's his whole friggin' character arc. So it's like, I really don't think Bruce, like, you can tell Bruce, because Batman Beyond wasn't really a Bruce Timm show. It was basically a Paul Dini show. Like, I think it was Paul Dini and Alan Burnett that created.
No wonder there's not that many BS ships in that.
But like, it's just, you can tell Bruce Timm does not understand Batman Beyond. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and this is my problem with Bruce Timm, is like, and the entire DCAU crew, and this was my complaint about Justice League and Justice League Unlimited throughout our entire rewatch. It's that they forgot they were writing other characters other than Bruce Wayne, because they write everyone centralized around Batman. And I'm like, that works for Batman the Animated Series because it's called Batman the Animated Series. But when you're doing a show called Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, you can't have it all revolve around Batman.
I will say one of the strengths of Unlimited is especially in the later seasons, Batman is barely in the show in the later seasons.
But when he is there, everyone's there to stroke his ego. And I'm like, stop. He's not the crux anymore.
Like how they do a Wonder Woman centric episode, and Bruce Wayne just happens to appear at a random party.
Yeah, I know, and that's my problem because he's
you know exactly the episode I'm referencing.
And I said this in my problem with Batman video, and this show is very indicative of this. They were like, every single female that shows up has to be paired with Batman at some point. Barbara Gordon. Ugh. I'm sure that if the Teen Titans were canon to this, they would have Batman flirting with Starfire.
No.
I'm sure. This is Bruce Timm we're talking about.
No. We're not going there. We are not going there.
I love how it took Nick a second to realize what I was doing. Yeah, and no,
take it back.
Nick, don't tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Take it back.
No, tell me I'm wrong.
Say Bruce Timm will never touch Starfire.
No, tell me I'm wrong.
Take it back.
No, tell me I'm wrong. Nope, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. You know he would do that.
Say Bruce Timm will never write Starfire.
I can't, honestly, because here's the problem with people wanting like a Wonder Woman animated series or even a revival of Teen Titans. He's going to be involved. For some reason, honestly, whenever they do DC animation, he has to be involved.
Well, okay, quick tangent. If they do a Wonder Woman series now, it's best just to start fresh. You know, just like whole new creative team and just create something that's not DCAU.
Well, yeah, and please don't have Susan Eisenberg voice Wonder Woman. I'm tired of hearing her voice Wonder Woman. Let's put it this way, she's linked to like Kevin Conroy and George Newbern. You can't take her out of that.
Oh, Jared, what if they announced that they're doing a Wonder Woman limited series on HBO Max and it's animated, okay? And then they announced that Jennifer Hale is voicing Diana.
I could see that. Now, other question, what if they announced that Wonder Woman limited series on Max, but it's Laura Bailey voicing Wonder Woman?
Okay. Here is that way to make both of us happy, okay? By the way, Laura Bailey actually would make a good Wonder Woman.
She played
Hippolyta. No.
Yeah.
Hippolyta is voiced by Jennifer Hale.
I could go with that. And by the way, Laura Bailey voiced Wonder Woman in the Lego Batman 3 game. So
if we have like Laura Bailey and Jennifer Hale in the same series, like
that's gonna get a 20. That gets an automatic 20 points because 10 for me and then 10 from you. So it automatically gets a 20 out of 10 on top of the points it already gets. On top. Yeah, exactly. So, and this is the last appearance of Terry and Dana in the DCAU.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, and it's the third and final appearance of Warhawk, as well as it's basically the last appearance of all the Batman Beyond characters in DCAU.
Last appearance of Terry, though.
Mm-hmm. Ace's death was the idea of Bruce Timm. Okay, fine. Phantasm's appearance in the episode resembles her design, the tie-in comics Batman Adventures Volume 2, being visibly thinner and with red eyes. Okay, it's not bad. I like it, but how do you rate this episode out of 10, old man?
4 out of 10. It gets it's not entirely without merit, but it has like some really stupid decisions. The only reason it's getting a 4 is because I really like the A segment. You know, and just kind of a few and I really like Dana, and that's the only reason it's getting at least some points. Otherwise, this would get a 0 out of 10. Because the whole way Bruce acts out of character, you know, like the whole storyline of it is just so stupid.
I'll tell you what. Story-wise, it gets a 0. You could say animation-wise, it gets
story-wise, like I said, the A segment is beautiful. Like it's like, okay, if we're just grading the A segment, that gets like a 9 or a 10. Okay. Like just that, like 5 minutes alone gets a 9 or a 10. And the stuff with Dana, I give like an extra of like two points for, just because I you know, Dana was so annoying in the series, and here it's like, oh, it's amazing they fixed her. The one good thing they did is they fixed Dana.
There you go. Yeah, so I give it a 4 out of 10 because, you know how much in this show I've hated the really crappy retcons they went into in this. So I'm like, yeah, at this point, just give it a 4 out of 10. So now here's what we're going to be discussing next week. So we're going to be starting Superman the Animated Series, but we're going to be discussing the first 3 episodes because it's a 3-parter. It's called The Last Son of Krypton. It's going to be the origin. We see Krypton. We see
There's going to be so many Man of Steel references.
Yes, there was very much going to be. And this also shows why Lois Lane is not essential to him being Superman, because he's Superman before he meets Lois Lane. So there you go. But anyway,
there's a lot. Most movies, in the Reeve movies, he was Superman before he met Lois Lane.
And apparently the Clovis fans don't realize that. But anyway, that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you for sticking around for Justice League, everyone. This was really fun. A lot of nostalgia, and I can't wait to go and watch Superman, because so far I've only watched like the first half of the first season. So this is going to be new for me.
Superman belongs with Wonder Woman.
You could put Lois with Batman, because they kind of play with that in the crossover with Batman. So that's where Zack Snyder got it from.
At that point, just pair him up with Vicky Vale. Vicky Vale is Gotham's Lois Lane anyway.
Except she's actually tolerable and cool. But anyway,
hotter. I'm sorry, Vicky Vale's hotter.
Yes, she is. Stay woke, everyone. Remember, Lois Lane is Lois Lane. She belongs with General Zod. Zois and Max are bat for life. See you later.